Looks like I was
too late
to see Kari
Bear one last time.
Kari Bear's consciousness is gone.
And this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too.
Well,
how about a conversation? The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. Wouldn't you agree?
Wouldn't you? That battle earlier was tough. The one against
Dane, I mean. I didn't expect that after everything,
he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me. Were it not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. The loom of fate.
Even after 500 years.
I still haven't found a way to utilize it to its full potential.
There's still time. But there's still time.
Before the heavenly principles awaken.
Yes. For 500 years now.
For 500
ever since
years
the cataclysm
now,
in Conria, there's been no sign of activity. Not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne.
The Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne.
Such a flagrant disregard for the rules. And still Celestia took no action.
Such a flagrant disregard for the rules.
I suppose that's proof enough of the Heavenly Principles situation.
Celestia took no action.
However,
that's proof enough of the
Heavenly Principles will awaken. We just don't know when that will be.
The Heavenly Principles will
awaken. Or what might trigger it.
We just don't know when that will be.
You could say that.
Or what might trigger it.
Just look at Kari Bear. He was so pure and single-minded.
You could say that.
The space we now find ourselves is a perfect representation of who he was.
Single-minded.
Quiet.
The space we now find ourselves is
even
a
as a
perfect
hilly
representation of who he was.
Seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world.
Seeing the terrible sight within the mirror
even though he was
enough
denied
to
the
taint his
very
spirit.
right to be a part of it.
He brought comfort
so
to the
ask
people
yourself
of this world.
This.
Even though he was denied
who was
the very
it that deprived him
right to be
of
a
that
part
right
of it.
to exist?
So ask
of course,
yourself this.
That's only one example.
Who was
My
it
feelings about
that
the heavenly
deprived him
principles
of
are
that
too
right
complicated
to
to
exist?
explain in just a few words.
Of course, that's only one example. My feelings about the heavenly
Lumine?
principles are too complicated to explain in just a few words. You're the only one in this world who calls me that. There's so much I wanted to ask you. But for some reason,
You're the only one in this world who calls me
I'm not interested in
that.
asking those questions right now.
There's so much I wanted to ask you.
There's just
but for some reason,
one thing I have to
I'm
ask.
not interested in asking those
One
questions
thing
right
I
now.
could never understand. Why?
There's just one thing I have to ask.
Why can't we continue
One
our journey
thing I could
together?
never understand. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together? At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end. Do you remember?
At the end of my journey,
A long
I
time
arrived
ago,
at a place
when we
known
traveled
as the
between
Sea
worlds
of
together,
Flowers at the end.
you told me. You wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me.
Between worlds together.
Well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You told me you wanted to
miss
find
you
a
too,
place in the
Lumine.
universe where that one
But as
flower
this
was
war
in full bloom.
continues to rage, and as I continue to seek
To
that
have a place
final
like
answer,
that
I don't
suddenly
even know how
appear
to face
before me.
myself sometimes.
Well,
let
would you
alone
think of
my
that
own
as
sister.
a coincidence?
You mean...
I miss you too, What's going on?
This space has lost its tether.
But as this war
I doubt
continues to
it'll be able
rage,
to exist
and
much
as
longer.
I continue to
In
seek
fact,
that final
aside from our
answer,
ability to physically interact with each other,
I don't even know how to
there's
face
something else you
myself
should know
sometimes,
about this space.
let alone
With
my
Kari
own
Bear
brother.
gone, we won't be able to remember anything that happened here. Everything in this space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion. What's going on?
You're only telling me that this space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our inability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this space. With Kari Bear gone, we won't be able to remember anything that happened here. Everything in space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
You're only telling me this now?